Okay, and welcome back. We are on the final stretch of the run here, leg of the race, whatever they say. I'm trying to finish this book up so that I can go and do a flip through and then get on to another project. So we have a couple of pages in here that we're just trying to finish off that are the inside cover pieces. And I've got one piece here that I have made. And I just made that by getting a page with the butterflies and then cutting the circles out, 2-inch circles out of a piece of black card. And then I put some acetate film over for windows, and then I cut these little rings to go on top, just to give it a little bit of a, I don't know what the heck you call that, a laboratory microscope kind of a look onto a display. So anyway, next what I'm going to do is figure out a way to put this into the book. And so what I have done is trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. And this is going to go not on there, but on this back. This is the inside card. Remember, we made the little box here for display for all of our bugs in the slides. That little box closes. So this is what I'm trying to put some kind of a holder type of thing or something so that I could put this page right there. So I thought what I would do is take a piece of card back to the original green file folder stuff that we card stock that we began with some of our earlier projects in the book way back here. Let's see, like this is one, and that's the cover. So I'm bringing that green back again into the back. So I just measured this out. And if you've made one, you know your sizing is going to be according to your own sizing. So I'm not going to give you any numbers, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what I've done here to create. And what I'm doing is just creating a big window that I can slide this into. So I've actually backed this as well, just with a piece of paper, so you could write on it. It has some information. I'm going to put a tab on there, probably similar to this. And I'm just going to try and find a way to get that into there. So all I've done is cut this piece of paper a little bit bigger than the page I want to slide in, and then I've got that folded, so that will I can turn that over. I'll be able to glue these pieces down onto here, but before I do that I have to cut a window so that when it slides in behind, you're going to be able to see it here. So what I want to do is figure out how much of a window I want to cut, and I also want it to make sure that it has enough edging here that it will fit underneath, so the window will be smaller than the size of this card by just a titch. So I'm thinking that this is, I always do that with rulers. So this is about 5.5, and if I go from edge to edge of that round trim, it's just under 5, just over 4 3/4. So I want to make this window so that those will fit in right around there if I can. So I'm going to measure that up and cut that out. Okay, so I've cut my window out, and I've got it's about an inch on either side, but I'm going to fold half of that underneath, so I'll have about a 1/2 inch there. And I don't want to be able to see the pieces that are underneath, so they're just shy of a 1/2 on that side as well. And then what I'm going to do is glue this down. I left this little decorative edge on here, I kind of like that. So I'm just going to glue this in. I've also got a little bit on the bottom here as well, so that'll have a little bit of room for that tag to go in. And with these edges in here, they'll give that a little bit of, be able to give a little bit of a lift to that. So what I'm going to do now is put an acetate window on here and then just glue this in. So I'm putting the glue around those 3 edges, and you may have noticed I didn't cut the entire window out because I was thinking I kind of like that idea of the flap right there. And this is right. So at this point I'm just leaving that flap on because I might just find something that I like to decorate it with, and if I don't, I can cut it off later. So, and here's the last little bit is I don't actually, well, I'm not actually using acetate for this window. I have page protectors. That's a plastic. Anyway, that's what I'm using. Use what you have. If you have either of those, they'll work fine. So I'm just put the glue down on there, and I'm just putting the plastic in, and I've made sure that I've cut it just a little bit less so that these edges will still fold and they won't interfere with that plastic at all. And oops, I got this side to do too. And then I just stick it down and I squish out that glue a little bit. And it's hard to find something that actually sticks to this stuff, but or glue, but that tacky glue, like I said, it's pretty good stuff, and I've used it a lot because it's cheap and it does most of the jobs for most of the stuff. On occasion you need something else. But so the next thing I'm going to do is just cut this out, these little corners out, so that I can fold that bottom in. And I'm just cutting where I have the fold lines, right here and here. Just the bottom is all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to give that a minute or 2 to dry. And then I'm going to put glue on the back here. I'm actually going to trim off these a little bit too because it's a little bit bulk. I don't think we need that. I'm going to just trim those off, and this side as well. And then I'm going to take my book and I'm going to glue that in like that. So I'm going to turn my edges over and get the glue on. I'm thinking I'm going to do this all in one big step here so that I can get some clips on this and get some weight on it, and hopefully that'll help to get it pressed down and get it adhering to the page. So a little bit of glue all over here. Remember when you used to be able to make straight lines with glue and stuff? So don't glue the top. Just glue your sides and your bottom. Okay? Yeah. And then fold everything under and put it in place. Alright, so I'm going fairly close to the bottom of my page because I want to have a little bit of room up here for when I slide this in. Have a little bit of space at the top. But there's my decorative paging right there. And that will flip up like that. When there's no card in there, you will see the birds. And when the card is in there, you will see those. That'll go down a little further. So when I got some tickets and things to go on here. So for now, I'm going to just give that a little bit of weight, like I said. Put the weight on there, make sure I'm straight as I want to be. Watching out for that gusset on that side because that folds in. In fact, if you have a little bit of room on your left, shove it over. Okay, so I'm just going to weight this and And then I will find something to decorate this with and make a tab, and I'll come back and once this is dry and I've got some of that stuff prepared. Okay, so finishing up this window frame that we have here, I put a little decorations on that flap, some with the bugs and some with the butterflies, and I put a little what do you call that, viewing scope dooey-doo on these, what are they called, optical lens from Ideology. And that does flip up if you want to see all your butterflies on display below. And also you can bring those, take those right out if you want to. And if you do take those all out, you have the birds underneath. So this has just got to dry a little bit more and stick. And then I will be doing just a real quick flip through of what we've done here. I've gone through and done a lot of decorations as well on the pages, so I thought I'd give you a quick look at that. And then we're done here. We've finished up. It's gotten pretty fat for sure. I've even considered taking out that second book like I thought I would, the one that went in here, but I will include it, but just it's not, I don't know if it's gonna, we're gonna bother keeping it in or not. It's not too thick, but anyway, it can come in and out of there, so I'll show you with it all in, and we'll have a quick look. Okay, so we have finally finished, and I'm going to just do a real quick flip through on what we've created here. And I've still got more to go as far as decorating because I'm never quite finished. But and I have a few thoughts about what I might do, and I'm still considering, you know, this lace. I do think it adds a little to it, and I might put it onto these as well. And you know, I've done a few things that I haven't showed you, like I put these corner protectors on those straps that we made. And I've, like I said, gone through and done some embellishing, but what I'm going to just do now is just show you. I haven't got anything on the back. I might put something on the back, I might not. So if you want to see what I do in the end, you'll have to wait till I post the final. But I wanted to get this finished up, so watch for that if you are interested in seeing what I finish up with. But for now, this is what we got. So there's our book. It has the 2 spines on the outside and that center insert. I'm gonna put you up a bit. And still pretty close, isn't it? Okay, and so we've got the front cover, and these straps are hitch posts, and then it opens up, and on this left side we have a pocket under here and a pocket in here that flips open. This flips up, open first to a little page, then it flips up. And these books are so big it's hard to get them totally in your camera view, but so anyway, that flips up, and there's a pocket in here, and I got some little tags in there for entomology. And down here we have a definition, a nice cellophane. It's not cellophane. That other stuff. Anyway, it's not as see-through as a cellophane, and I like the sound, but I almost wish I'd done a cellophane instead. But this opens up, and here we have a pocket in here, and a pocket in here, and as well there's a pocket up the top. I like that. We made that little folio button, And then we went to this. I'm so sorry I whacked the bar. This what we ended up with, these butterflies that are 3D butterflies. I really like that page. It turned out really cool. I don't know if any of you guys did the same thing, but and some little tickets and whatnot on it. Now it does get flattened when we shut this down, but I'm not worried about that. And then we got to this part of the book, which was the interior insert chunk, which we had all the little file folders, and I have lots of stuff to go inside, which is why I might end up taking that last little book out. But there's a pocket in the front here. In this one, there's flaps open. There's another pocket in here. Lots of room for stuff. And then this comes off and this opens up. So you can stick a lot of stuff in there if you've got lots of paper and stuff that you want to add. And then I've just paper clipped that on to keep that closed. But yeah, and then on this page I just put a lot of these little field note tags in this little envelope and decorated that page a little bit. On this I did the same thing. We have another big pocket here of that card, made out of that card, so very strong. And you can put a lot of stuff in there for when you're embellishing or whatever, collecting. So on this page what I did is I just made a little decoration that would hold, pocket that would hold some tags and whatnot. And I put this little metal dragonfly that I have. You want to see that? And I just put it on right now with paper clip, but I might change that out. I mean, I'll probably leave it on, but I'm going to maybe change the way it's attached. And then we have another big pocket here. Big, the full size. So I thought maybe you could do a lot of your little specimen tags could be kept in there. There's a specimen tag there that I've decorated, and then I've made it into a pocket. And I've got some entomology definition and explanation tags and another little envelope. And then here we made this little flap with the folio closure on it. And then we made this little flip flap and this little ticket that comes out. And I decorated that with an entomology tag. And then there's another big pocket here. And I decorated that up, put some labels on, and that all closes down. And then from there, we had the back of this, which is another space for a very big tag if you wanted to put in there. And I decorated that. Here's that first little notebook that I put in, and I decorated some of those pages. And oopsie, oh, it's a little sticky still. So anyway, I decorated some of those pages, did a little stamping and whatnot on those, and added some envelopes, some tag spots and tuck spots and whatnot. And then that's the end of the booklet that we'd sewn in. And then I created this for the back of this very last piece, which I was reviewing my the parts that I have been sharing through the make, and this whole thing wasn't even included, and I do not know how. I lost the film. I lost the but it's basically just double folded green file folder, and it's stitched in when you're stitching in the book. And it's a big pocket here. And then there's a couple of little flappy doos here. You can hold stuff in here and fill that up. That can close up. There's also that big pocket there. And then it's got another folio closure on here. And we went through that. And then I made this as well as a decoration. So I thought this is kind of cool. It's about metamorphosis. And I just got that image off the internet somewhere. Pinterest, I think. Sorry, I can't recognize the person. I give recognition to the person, but I thought that face was kind of cool. So I dressed it up in a suit and made a little embellishment for the page. Showed you that. Here's the second little book. This has got more watercolor paper, whereas the other one is more note paper. And so this is also one I was thinking it could come out. It is the one we put in, and it's removable. But I don't know. I'm thinking it might be better out. But for now, I'll just leave it in. It won't hurt. And just decorated. And then we did this one a while back. I have decorated it since, this back page. But, and it's gotten a little squished for sure. But in here, what we did is, you may remember this specimen box that we made with all the slides. And then we just finished working on this page here, which is the big tag that fits inside. So this, I made it so that I put a little, what do they call that? Viewing loop or something like that? Optical lens by Ideology. I'm trying to get that to glue down, so I'm going to have to get some more stuff stuck down and leave this to dry a little bit. But anyway, so I made that so that that would flip up. That's just tied on. And that would flip up. And there's the birds that you will see. But if you, we also made this. And this would go into this envelope. And that plastic is I'm having a hard time getting that stuff to stick. This tacky glue isn't the best for that, so I'm going to need something like art glitter glue or something. But anyway, that will go into there. Oops, I bent that up. So anyway, there's a few things that still need to be nailed down and whatnot, glued down. But that's what we did, guys, gals. And that closes, and that's to the back. So when these guys are this, even though I doubled up and made that more secure, it's still kind of failing. So anyway, but it was a lot of work. Pretty happy with it. I would say to anyone, and to myself mostly, if you're going to follow someone's tutorial, if you can, just watch it to the end before you start making, because there's so many things that you don't know that's going to happen, and then you're thinking, oh, if I hadn't done this, I could have done that. And it's just, I just think it would be better. And that's what I would suggest if anybody has gone through all of these, that they have watched to the end, and now they'll start to make the book. So if you do make a book, it turned out cool, don't you think? If you do make a book, let me know, share it, and tag me or whatever it is that we do to share the joy. Alrighty. So thanks again so much for joining me and through this Artful Entomology Lapbook journey. And I'm not sure what I'm making next, but it'll be a little while before I come up with something that I really want to do. But thanks again, everyone. Please take care of yourselves, and see you in the next one.